Everybody, this is Jigsaw for WebOfCinema.com doing my review for Halo Reach. That's right, the last Halo game in line created by Bungie, and this is their final Halo, their swan song, the last little thing they're giving to everybody else before they move on to something new. It's something interesting and new for other consoles, so Bungie is no longer limited to 360. But starting out, Halo Reach, you play as Noble 6, a Spartan during the fall of Reach, which was a military base that the Covenant had invaded. You hear like little tidbits about it throughout the Halo series. It's in a couple of the books, and it's really interesting how they told the story, because it's told through Noble Team, which is a group of Spartans that were stationed there during the invasion. You follow their story, like how they have to fight them off. And the sad thing is, the story is well told, but it has its problems. But we'll go with the good first. First off, the voice acting and music is phenomenal. Halo is definitely known for having some of the best soundtrack and having some of the best voice actors. I am always blown away by the music cues and everything. It is really interesting how they pull that all together for one last game, and the voice acting is fantastic. The characters are semi-well developed. They're not as developed as I would like them to see, but the game wasn't that long, which is somewhat disappointing. The campaign, if you play it on normal, will run you anywhere for 5 to 6 hours. If you play the campaign on Legendary, it'll probably run you about 10 hours, and yes, I have beaten it on Legendary. Alright, moving on though. The bad though is, the story is good, but they try to tell this epic war, and when they pull it out of just the Spartans realm and try to pull you into an epic, huge battle, they fall short. Like games like Call of Duty do this very well, where they bring you in and then they pull you out into a huge battle, and then you bring you back in down to the characters. They had some problems with that, and you can tell they're having a little bit of difficulty trying to portray the battles, and it took away from the elements in time. Levels aren't terribly varied. There's maybe one or two ones that really stand out, such as one where you're flying from building to building in a chopper, and one where you're pretty much in a space battle. The space battle is the most unique one. It's like Star Fox mixed with Halo. But it wasn't that long, but it was a fun little mission that I really did enjoy. Graphics are good, not the best I've seen, but they're very good for what a Halo, definitely the best looking Halo game. But you're not really buying this game for the campaign in the end. You're buying it for the multiplayer, and the multiplayer is fantastic. New ranking up system is no longer not based on how many wins or losses, based on how you do in the game, which is great. Armor abilities, they're all really cool. You have armor lock, which allows you to pretty much just lock yourself down. You have all these different abilities that really allow you to vary your play. New weapons, which is cool. I'm really glad they brought some new weapons and old weapons back. Maps are different and varied, and for different game modes. Like Invasion, you have a level called the Spire, which is based on the campaign level, and it's really cool. What it is you have this massive tower you can go up into a grab lift, which I really thought was cool. It's a really unique idea. You have like this huge centerpiece monument, like 400 feet in the air, you can go into and fight in and fight out. And you have like banshees flying around, shooting at each other. They brought back Blood Gulch, which I have a bit of problems with. That's just my personal opinion. I don't like Blood Gulch. There's only 9 maps. They only shipped it with 9 maps. And while I'm aware they're trying to make it so the community builds the maps, I still think that's a little bit lazy, considering Halo 3 came with like, what, 12, 15 maps? And when it was released, it came with like 12. There's maybe 3 maps you can play Invasion mode on. It's kind of annoying that they only shipped it with so few maps. While the maps are cool and unique, I would have really loved to see more of the maps, especially for the bigger game type modes like Invasion, when there's not a terrible lot to do. Or you have a new thing where now you can make your Spartan. Your Spartan now appears in the campaign the way you make him. So you have all these different like armor abilities. While they're purely cosmetic, it's cool to see that they're at least allowing you to customize your Spartan a little bit more. There's more elite skins, while you can't fully customize your elite, which I'm still a little bit annoyed about. It's really cool that they did allow you to have different skins, and you have elites versus Spartans. And overall, Halo Reach is a good game. It's a fun first-person shooter. It's going to get the recognition it deserves for multiplayer. Campaign fell a little bit short, which was disappointing to me. But overall, I really enjoyed playing Halo Reach. Halo Reach gets a 4.5 out of 5.